11.8 undef directive. So far, I have introduced two directives, two preprocessor directives. First one is the include for including header files. The second one is symbolic constants and macros that we amply worked on them. Now one more directive I am introducing, that is undef. Undef means this is a defined, this is undefined. Whatever is the defined macro or symbolic constant can be undefined. What is the purpose of that? We must understand first. Suppose you have defined one macro like this, one symbolic constant or macro like this, 3.14159. Now, what is its nature? Its nature is global. Because of its global nature, it is applicable to entire program. You cannot restrict it. You cannot make it local. For certain part, it should not be applied, or the remaining part of the program it should not apply, means you cannot do anything. Its original nature is global. Suppose instead of here, if you declare it here also, syntactically it is okay. You can define it here. But then also its nature is global. Then if you define it here, what happens? Then remaining part of the program, up to the end of the program, it is applied. So, however, we cannot restrict it. We cannot change its nature, characteristic of the global nature. Okay, now here by doing undef pi, that means here also don't put semicolon. For all preprocessor directives, you must remember these are directives, and preprocessor directives should not be terminated by a semicolon. Here, now by this what happens? Now up to here only it is applied. Once you undef, it is not applied. Suppose now we have given this value. Now if you want to define it with the other value, you can define it. Pi, the same thing, because already it is nullified. Already because undef, it is nullified. Now you give 3.14 only. For the rest of the thing, this value is applied. In this way, if you want to nullify that by using undef, here you may get it out. Why can't we give pi is equal to 3.14? It should not be given. As you know, what is that? This is a symbolic constant. Constant. What is the nature of constant? The constant value should not be changed. So how can you change it? If you change like this, then it leads to, suppose without undef, if you change like this, it leads to an error. Constant values cannot be changed. That's why if you want to redefine it, first undef, thereafter you redefine it. Redefining means the same thing with a different value, you use it. So all these points I showed it here. 11.5. 11.5 you see, actually in the fourth line, we have defined pi with the 3.14 value. In the ninth line, what we are doing, we are undefining. That means we are nullifying. It has no impact. That means pi value is applied up to 8th line only. Thereafter, now you see, 10th line, actually I commented out. I want to show you a proof. Now, 10th line, I commented out, you remove the comments and execute the program. Definitely you get error. Why you get error? Already you undefined. That means you make it nullified. That means it is not there. Then if you use pi, automatically it leads to error. Then keep it locked, and then 12th line, again you are defining. Define pi with 3.14. That means you are redefining it. Redefining it, again you are writing, the same value is coming. And one more thing, if you have to redefine again with a different value, that also you can, then you need not make undefined. Actually, what you should not do, now this is the value. Now, if you want to change its value to 1 point, this thing, you cannot do. You cannot do because it leads to error. It leads to error. Constant's value cannot be changed. But without undefining also, what you can do, you can redefine it with a different value. Define phi with 3.14. Here already 14159 is there. Then it is applicable up to here. Hereafter you want to redefine with a different value, then you do that. Undefined is not required. Undefined directive is not required. So, but only thing is when undefined directory is required, directive is required for nullifying this, nullifying the effect of this, that is required. Just understand that point. So, this is a third directive, preprocessor directive, what I am introducing.